My brothers and sisters, I feel like if there's anything I can do, if there's anything I can do whatsoever to advise anyone or to help anyone, I'm going to try my best to do so. But this is a very, very serious and important topic, and this message is for everyone, including myself, because the reminders, it benefits the believers also. It's not just benefiting everyone else, it benefits me too. And I'm guilty of this sin. I'm very humble, and I'm not making this message out to be pointed at everyone else and not me. That's one. A lot of people, they see my videos, Shaitan plays with their head, they think this guy thinks he's sinless, you know. I'm not sinless. I'm a sinner just like everyone else, and alhamdulillah, I kept making my repentance. But in the Quran it states to enjoying good and forbid evil. So like I said, this message is for everyone out there, it's for me also, and this topic is a very serious topic. And it's about quarreling with one another and fighting with one another. The Prophet ﷺ states that we shouldn't fight with one another for more than 3 days. So what does that mean? What's the context behind it? That means that if you have a problem with someone, you should resolve your matters within 3 days. Because we are Muslimin, my brothers and sisters. We're supposed to love each other for the sake of Allah. But unfortunately, the Shaitan, he plays with everyone. He plays with me, he plays with you. And what happens is, he divides and conquers. He's a master manipulator. He's a master at whispering in someone's head and making you think that, you know what, you have this right against this person, don't speak to him. But he doesn't end there. He makes you recruit others to hate on the person. So I'll give you an example. Let's say I have a fight with Muhammad, for example, and I'm arguing with him, and me and him, we have a downfall, we don't speak anymore. Shaitan doesn't end there. He gives both me and him, we've got pride and ego. He starts whispering to him, you're going to let him get away with it, look what he did to you, look at all the things he's done for you. He makes him think that it's justifiable to not speak to me anymore, and not just that, but to hold a grudge and hold resentment. Then he comes to me, he does the same thing, he manipulates me, he whispers in my ears, he makes me think what's happened is justifiable, he makes me hold resentment, he makes me bitter. But listen to where it gets worse. When others come up to me or him, Shaitan comes and he makes you turn others, recruit others to turn against that person too. So not only I'm not speaking to Muhammad, not only that, but if Omar comes up to me or Ali comes up to me, I'm going to be telling him, don't speak to Muhammad, he's a 1, 2 and 3. I'm going to be recruiting others to hate on Muhammad also. And the sad reality is the Shaitan actually convinces you you're in the haqq. Look at the sin you're committing, my brothers and sisters. We are recruiting others to backbite and distort another person's reputation. That's one. And we're recruiting others to spread like it's a chain reaction. So if I say to someone, look at Muhammad, he did this, he did that, Omar's going to tell Ali, Ali's going to tell the next person, next person. It's a chain reaction. And what have I done? I have slandered this person's reputation. I've caused fitna. And other people are going to be slandering this person also, if they believe the rumors or whatever that may be, that statement that I made. And it's causing nothing but fitna. And on the day of judgment, I'm going to see all my deeds. And I'm going to think, wow, I've got a lot of deeds here. Subhanallah. And in my mind, I'm thinking beautiful. But then I have to give away the haqq. Some of my deeds goes to the people that I've backbited. So Allah is the most just, my brothers and sisters. When I backbite someone, don't think it's as simple as saying, Ya Rabbi, forgive me. It doesn't work that way. On the day of judgment, Allah gives this person your haqq. The haqq you took away from him for backbiting him, it goes to him. Your deeds will go to him. So my brothers and sisters, it's happened to everyone. It happens to everyone. I don't care who you are out there. Whether you're a scholar, you're an imam, we're not malaika, we're not angels. It doesn't matter if the guy's beard's coming up to his knees. Everyone has backbitten someone. And it's the Shaitan, my brothers and sisters. We have to, the funny thing is when bad things happen, we forget about the Shaitan. Have you noticed this? When we're going through our drama, we always forget about the Shaitan. It's not a coincidence, my brothers and sisters. You need to remember the Shaitan is playing with us. His main objective is to divide and conquer. He wants us to be in the hellfire with him. Shaitan is envy of us, and he hates us, and he wants us to join us in the hellfire. And the only way he can do that is by making us sin and sin and sin. He doesn't give up. The Shaitan won't give up, my brothers and sisters. But the difference is you need to be aware. You need to be looking. You have to know what is the Shaitan's tricks here. What's going on here? If you're not going to speak to someone in a sense where this person is bad for you. Now, this topic is very, very big, and it's very hard to discuss because sometimes we don't speak to people. There's a good reason behind it. So let's say a brother starts to pray. He was in a lifestyle of a gangster lifestyle. He was hanging out with the wrong crowd, and these boys are taking him away from the deen. And these boys are his friends. And he pulls away and he says, you know what, I can't talk to these brothers anymore. They're bad for me. So what I'm trying to say is, let's say you have a bad friend that if you stay with him, if you keep hanging out with him, if you keep communicating with him, it's going to keep you away from the deen. In that sense, my brothers and sisters, you do keep away, because anyone that's going to take you away from the deen, Allah states to when your parents say to do something, is to always obey them. But Allah also states, if they take you away from the deen, you don't obey them, but you still be respectful. Same scenario here. If someone's taking you away from the deen, my brothers and sisters, you gotta cut him off. That's it. It's not worth it, because they're taking you away from Allah. They're gonna lead you to more sin. But it doesn't mean you go around backbiting him, slandering him, because then he still gets your deeds. Because you have just backbited him, you've caused a chain of fitna, and it's gonna come back and it's gonna affect you on the Day of Judgment. So my brothers and sisters, I'm not saying that if you stop talking to someone, you have to talk to them. Yeah, and you got no choice. There's circumstances where you can't talk to certain people. They're just bad for you in general. Some people, they can lead you to sin, and it's better off to cut your ties. But what I'm trying to say is to you, don't recruit others. Don't backbite the person. Don't spread fitna. Nowadays, brothers that are following this deen, they have nothing but tukabbur. They have arrogance in their heart. They have pride. They look down on others. I spoke to a brother yesterday on the phone. This brother, he goes, brother, I don't want to go to the gym anymore. I don't want to go to the mosque anymore. I go, why? He goes, I'll go there, people stare at you. It's become a clubhouse. People look down on you. And it's become fitna now with the brothers also. The brothers that are following this deen also. We need to get rid of this tukabbur in our heart. This is the characteristic of the Shaitan. This is the first sin he committed. A lot of people think it's him disobeying Allah. Yes, he did disobey Allah by not prostrating to Adam. But what's the first thing the Shaitan, what did he do? He had tukabbur in his heart. He said, I'm better than him. You created me from fire and you created Adam from clay. I'm better than him. He had tukabbur. And nowadays, the brothers that are following this deen, they have tukabbur. They look down on others. I've been in this masjid longer than this brother. I've been following this deen. These guys are kafir. They start calling each other kufr, kafir. They start swearing at each other. You have to be humble, my brothers and sisters. The Prophet ﷺ, this is not the characteristics of the Prophet ﷺ. Never ever the Prophet ﷺ would look down on someone, would backbite someone, would harm someone. And even the disbelievers, the Prophet ﷺ cried for a Jew. A Jew, he's not even Muslim, and the Prophet ﷺ cried for him. He said, because I couldn't save him. We need to be humble. We need to love each other for the sake of Allah, and we need to stop this fitna, the backbiting. We have to stop it. This thing is very destructive. People don't take it seriously anymore, because now it's become a norm. Now the Shaitan has played with our heads so much that he just comes up to us. This is your haqq. He convinces you you have a right to do this. He convinces you have a right to backbite him. Ala rasi wa ala yuni. You don't want to speak to this person. If this person's bad for you, I can understand that. Stay away. If he's going to lead you to the haram, stay away. But that does not mean you go around slandering, destroying this person's reputation, backbiting this person. Because what happens then is you fall into the trick of the Shaitan, and it's going to cause more fitna. It's going to cause a chain reaction. Other people are going to be backbiting this person, and on the Day of Judgment, you'll be paying your dues to this person. My brothers and sisters, please try your best to stop backbiting. Please, if there's someone out there, you're very close with them, remember at one point this person trusted you. This person trusted you, and you need to stop revealing everything about this person. He trusted you at one point, and now you're telling the whole world about his business and his family business and things this person trusted you with. And not only that, you're recruiting others to destroy this person's image. Please, my brothers, I ask Allah to get rid of this disease, this backbiting disease, to get rid of this tukabbur, this arrogance, this pride that we all have in our hearts, and to make us better Muslimin, to make us love each other for the sake of Allah. And my brothers and sisters, please, if someone harms you by the words, the Prophet ﷺ's best advice is stay silent. If you've got nothing good to say, stay silent. That's the best advice I can give you, and that's the best advice the Prophet ﷺ gives us. And he also states, a real man is not a man that can put it on others, not a man that can embarrass the person in front of others or scream at someone and show them, look, I'm bigger than you, I'm better than you. A real zalami, a real man is a person that can control his anger, a person that can hold his temper. When things hit the fan, he can control himself. This is what shows you that you're a real zalami. When you can control your temper, when you can follow this deen, and you can humble yourself and not put yourself above others. I ask Allah to guide us all to the straight path, to forgive us all and to purify us all. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.